Sit back and relax, guys, because what if future Gohan went to the past instead of Trunks is finally back? Vegeta and Piccolo are dead. Goku is in a state of suspension right now, and while the androids are just straight up doing whatever they want, future Gohan and young Gohan allegedly trained in the hyperbolic time chamber for 3 years, but they were still unable to beat Perfect Cell. The past has completely changed. Because it was Gohan who went into the past instead of Trunks, the androids have proven to be much stronger than expected. Android 16 is as strong as Cell. He's the one who killed Vegeta and Piccolo, but even that Android 16 is then killed by an Android 16 from a third timeline that's been created from all of this time travel. It's absolute chaos right now. Cell is cool because he's not killing anyone until he gets to fight Goku, but Android 16 was on different timing. He was killing anyone he deemed strong enough to even be an ally of the Z Fighters. That's why Super Saiyan Vegeta and Piccolo are both dead, and now, just as future Gohan, young Gohan, and Trunks were going into the hyperbolic time chamber to train for 7 days, they run into him. The good news is that this Android 16 is from a timeline where Cell kills Goku before he could get to him. He used the time machine and came here, and now he seeks to kill Goku before Cell. But unlike the previous Android 16, this one is only after Goku. So not only is Cell looking forward to fighting Goku, we also have Android 16 from another timeline who has come here to kill Goku as well. And that's pretty much where we are now, and what if future Gohan went to the past instead of Trunks? If you guys haven't checked out the full playlist, link to that will be up at the top of the screen and down below in the comments. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Let's try to get to, let's go for like a slight 1K or something. But anyways, let's hop right in. I didn't want things to be this way, Gohan, but it seems we have no choice. Either we kill 16 right here and now, or everyone dies, future Gohan declares as he realizes how important it is to kill Android 16 as soon as possible. They've already negotiated with Cell and bought themselves more time, but if they can't kill 16 for good, he'd just kill Goku while they're in the hyperbolic time chamber or when they're on their way to New Namek. How are we supposed to do that, young Gohan asks. This guy doesn't even have a scratch from his fight with the previous 16. We have no idea how strong he is. What if he's even stronger than Cell? And just for the sake of being clear, the previous 16 was as strong as the Cell from the canon Dragon Ball story. This 16 is even stronger, and as for Cell himself, it's pretty hard to scale him right now. He could be a little stronger, he could be infinitely stronger, but this is pretty much what happens when you start time traveling all over the place. While Trunks is resting at Korin's place after getting just brutally mauled by 16, young Gohan is confused. How in the hell are they gonna defeat 16? It just doesn't even seem practical at this point. Well, you don't have to defeat me if you don't want to. Just tell me where Goku is and I'll let you go, 16 adds. You're out of your mind. Just give us a few minutes to talk first, future Gohan replies. He then looks at young Gohan and pats him on the shoulder. Hey, relax. Don't forget the 3 years we spent in the hyperbolic time chamber. Just because we lost to Cell doesn't mean we're still weak. We can do this, Gohan. That sounds cool and all, but what's the plan? That's all I'm asking, young Gohan replies. Maybe if we could just fuse, we would get strong enough. Think about it. Super Saiyan Gohan fuses with Super Saiyan Gohan. It would be Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, right? Future Gohan adds. Young Gohan just looks at him like he's stupid. If you don't have a real plan, just follow my lead. Distract him for a few minutes and I'll load up my strongest attack, and when it's ready, you can use Solar Flare and temporarily blind the guy. Sounds good, right? Young Gohan replies. You know what? That's worth doing. Let's try it, future Gohan says as he gives him a thumbs up. So they go on and attempt their plan, with future Gohan taking on 16 alone, but with each blow he experiences being pretty much strong enough to make him faint, he's not going to be able to hang in here for long. But their best bet is young Gohan powering up his strongest Kamehameha ever. Android 16 would just laugh. Hey, don't think I don't know what you're trying to pull. I mean, come on. You think this would actually work, 16 asks? Future Gohan stays silent and continues to try his best to keep up with 16, and finally when young Gohan shouts and unleashes that attack, Gohan launches himself into the sky and uses Solar Flare. And this catches Android 16 off guard. 16 still senses the Kamehameha coming his way though and dodges it, but Gohan anticipated that he would dodge. A mere second later it collides with 16 and there was a massive, almost astronomical explosion. For a moment, the entire sky turned dark. But the atmosphere simply gets even more tense than before when the dust begins to settle. They can barely make out someone grinning. It was 16. That attack didn't hurt him at all. Impressive, you know? I was pretty disappointed when I learned that Goku was already dead. Cell killed him, and not just him. He killed all of you. I was so bored, 16 says. I don't understand. Where did you get the time machine to come to this timeline? Did Dr. Gero build one in your timeline? And why didn't you just fight Cell, Future Gohan asks. Time machine, huh? I found Cell's time machine. I rebuilt it and then came here, 16 replies. You rebuilt it? Yourself? What about Cell, Gohan asks. Cell is dead. When I learned that he also absorbed my brother and sisters, 17 and 18, I killed him, 16 replies. Future Gohan and young Gohan were taken aback. Are you actually stronger than Cell, they ask? They don't know that Cell originally wasn't supposed to be as strong as he is in their timeline. In 16's timeline, he was just about as strong as the Cell from the original story. But you're still probably wondering, why is 16 so strong though? I guess only time will tell. Future Gohan approaches 16, not with the intention to continue the fight, but with the intention to converse. Now that Gohan knows they won't win against him, he's gonna try to negotiate. Okay, 16. So you want to kill Goku, he asks. Yes, that's what I was programmed to do. Once I kill Goku, my mission will be complete and my deactivation will be inevitable, 16 replies. Wait, what? But do you just want to kill him or fight him, Gohan asks. It's fine either way. Just tell me where he is and I'll kill him in his sleep, 16 states. This was getting really bad really quickly. They can't talk themselves out of it and they can't buy themselves more time either. On one hand, you have Cell, who is simply waiting for Goku to wake up because the first person he kills has to be him. Then there's 16, who just wants to get it over with. He'll kill Goku whether he's awake or asleep. This is where young Gohan would finally speak up. He tells 16 about the Cell of this timeline, how he was also waiting for Goku to show up and if he'd like to meet him. 16 was all about tying up them loose ends, so he decides to just go along with it. They take him straight to Cell. Tien is currently watching over Cell, and he's surprised to see them just casually strolling over here with 16, considering what happened, but young Gohan fills him in. 16 then meets Cell. You seem different, he says. I can say the same about you. Who are you? Cell asks. I'm the man who will kill Goku and then himself, 16 boldly declares, fully knowing that Cell wants to kill Goku too. Hearing this, Cell laughs. Well, take a seat. Your turn will be after mine, Cell replies. No. If I let you go at him first, there won't be any Goku left for me to kill. Let me go first, he asks. Whatever, just take a seat, alright? I was getting bored sitting here all by myself anyway, Cell says. But something about seeing these two together, it suddenly strikes both Gohans at once. 16 said he came to this timeline from Cell's timeline, which means Cell is from the future. Yeah, the Cell in front of them is also from the future. And this is when Gohan would speak up again. Hey, how did you get your hands on the time machine? Cell would then turn his head towards him, looks him in his eye and says, it's because I killed you and your friend Trunks. What? No way, how? Young Gohan asks. But as for future Gohan, it doesn't take him long to understand what's going on here. In another timeline, he and Trunks succeeded in saving the past. When they returned, they killed 17 and 18, but ultimately Cell was born, and he killed them before taking the time machine. Cell then looks at 16 and asks him the same. What about you? What was Cell up to in your timeline? He was rather weak. That's all I'm going to tell you, 16 replies. Deep down, he truly believes that he can easily kill this Cell as well, if he so chooses to intervene in the fight against Goku. Going back to the Gohan duo, they were conflicted. I think I know what's going on here, young Gohan says. It's the multi-timeline theory. Oh yeah? Go ahead and fill me in. It's been a long time since I last hit a book, future Gohan asks. He didn't really get the chance to be as studious as the main timeline Gohan. Gohan then explains the concept of multiple timelines to him. How multiple timelines and realities can branch out from one event. By choosing to come to the past, they've opened up a whole new rabbit hole. Future Gohan hears him out and comes to a pretty obvious conclusion. We're gonna need the Dragon Balls. We need them to not only revive Vegeta and Piccolo, but also learn the truth about whatever third timeline 16 came from. He's still a mystery here. But we can't just leave on a space cruise when these two are on the planet, young Gohan says. You're right, it can't be us. Then who, young Gohan asks? Krillin and Trunks. We'll stay here on Earth and leave the Dragon Balls to them, future Gohan replies. That could work. But what do you think, Tien? Would you be able to watch over them 24/7, young Gohan asks? Sure, but the question is for how long, he asks. Let's see, it'll take a week before the time machine is ready, and then another week before they reach New Namek. So, half a month at the very least, maybe more, but not less, future Gohan explains. Alright, well, what about Goku? Think he'll be getting up anytime soon, Tien asks? Honestly, we might just have to ask the dragon to restore his health. It doesn't even make sense, he should have recovered a long time ago. Maybe this has something to do with the third timeline as well, future Gohan states. Well, whatever, I'm sure he'll come through eventually. I'll take care of the rest, but what will you two do until then, Tien asks? What do you think, Gohan? Should we train in the hyperbolic time chamber for the next 2 weeks, he says? Maybe not 14 whole days, but we should train as much as we can, young Gohan replies. Trunks was still incapacitated, so they drop him off at Capsule Corp while they themselves head straight to the lookout. They were gonna try to sneak into the time chamber when Mr. Popo stops them right away. He glares at them and asks them about how long they were in the time chamber last time. I think like 3 days, future Gohan says. Mr. Popo would smile. No, you actually only spent 1.5 days, Mr. Popo states. What? How? But I know for a fact that the clock in the room went full circle 3 times, future Gohan asks. It follows the 12-hour convention, meaning each circle represents half a year, Mr. Popo explains. Wait, seriously? You should have at least put the numbers on the clock, Gohan says, laughing, but Mr. Popo was mad. First, he questions Gohan why they spent more time in there than he told them to when they should have only been inside for a year. Mr. Popo would then explain the 2-year limit. A person can only use the Earth's time chamber for 2 years in their entire lives. At least that's the limit for now. What? No way. We can only use it for 12 more hours? They were left stunned. Meanwhile, Trunks would open his eyes. The only reason the world still exists is because Goku is in this state of suspension right now. When he does wake up, everything is gonna continue going downhill. Future Gohan and young Gohan decide to not train together in the time chamber again, as it'd probably be smarter and more efficient for them to both use each of their 12 hours on training Trunks. They were about to return to Capsule Corp when future Gohan stopped suddenly. He remembered something. Something isn't right here, Gohan, he says as he turns around. Cell said that he killed me and Trunks in the future. That's how he took the time machine. But he also said that he wants his first kill to be Dad. Something isn't right here. Wait, now that you mention it, young Gohan replies. And that is where we're going to wrap up chapter 4 of What If Future Gohan Went to the Past Instead of Trunks. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and are excited for part 5. Don't forget to sub up and turn on those notifications so you never miss when a video goes live. Also, I really appreciate the 600K, guys. I'm focused on the grind every single day, so I rarely just take a step back and just kind of appreciate and absorb where I am now instead of always worrying about where I want to be. So thank you guys for that. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.